Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a bonus episode of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reread. Today, we are going to be going over the remaining Amalj'a Tribe Quests that I have not had the time to read out on stream. A couple of things before we get started. Several, and I would say a vast majority of these quests have already been read on stream, and so I will not be repeating ones that I have already gone over on stream because of, that's just a little redundant. So I will be sticking to the ones that I have not seen. If you are looking for one that is already there, I really should do a better job of organizing these things, but sorry. We'll go about these in a slightly different format the next time I do these tribe quests. But for now, let's get into the first one that we have. Singed for their own good, Narouge has a unique proposal for depriving the Flame Fangs of easy targets. The Miqo'te of the Forgotten Springs have grown desperate in their ongoing conflict with the Flame Fangs. They have spread their forces too thin in an effort to protect their hunting grounds. The U Tribe will not accept aid from us, but we cannot allow their ill-considered tactics to result in even more tempered slaves. I have devised a solution to this quandary. As there are various problems that would arise from a direct confrontation, I propose that we employ the unbearable heat of a drake's breath to drive the rangers back to their settlement. Such a measure will not cow the seasoned hunters for long, but it will at least prevent the Flame Fangs from swelling their ranks until we have a chance to enact further plans. Speak with our master of drakes at the edge of the Sagoli, and heed his instructions well. Upon speaking to the Drake Whisperer, he says, "You are ready to ride forth, honored ally? My Drake is at your service. Rattle the nerves of those foolish Miqo'te before they are snatched up by the next raiding party that happens along." And upon using the Drake's fire breath on Miqo'te, they release various things such as, "Youch, my tail! You singed my beautiful tail! Ah, the heat sears my eyes! Get away from us! Away! Ah, who the blazes are you? The nun will hear of this!" And upon returning to Narouge, he says, "The Miqo'te have retreated from the sands? That is well. Spilling blood without cause will not further our agenda. I thank you, honored ally." This infernal heat. Narouge is exhausted by his stubborn kin's single-mindedness. Our fanatic kin are nothing if not persistent. Once more they seek to focus and intensify the blessings of their deity. They have constructed sturdy beacons in Zanarok and consecrate these towering talismans with Ifrit's fire. You will need more than a handful of ash to smother such roaring flames, honored ally. The time for subtlety has passed. Use whatever weapons you have at your disposal, but bring these structures crashing down. As ever, the Flame Fangs will seek to deny you at every turn. Engage them if you must, but do not lose sight of your true task. Upon returning to Narouge, he says, "I judge by the smell of smoke and blood that your task was a success. Even my stubborn kin must now feel a flicker of doubt in the strength of their vaunted blessings bestow upon them. You, an outsider, have accomplished much for the Brotherhood. We are fortunate indeed to have you as our honored ally." Hard to port. Narouge wishes to take advantage of your un-Amalj'a-like appearance. "Greetings, honored ally. Have you heard the murmuring around the camp? It seems a bedraggled merchant has wandered close to the Ring of Ash after escaping a Flame Fang attacker. Our scout reports that the single ambusher appeared more interested in the trader's cargo, a number of boxes that drew our addled kin's undivided attention. I strongly suggest that only a haul of crystals would outweigh the value of a potential tempered slave. If this is true, we cannot allow the contents of those boxes to reach Zaharok, Amalj'aa and their summoning rituals. And considering the circumstances of his misfortune, I think it best that you be the one to approach this traitor and confirm my suspicions." When you speak to the traitor, he says, "Oh, thank Nald, an adventurer. I have just suffered an attack at the hands of an Amalj'aa ruffian. I managed to escape with my life, but the brute made off with my cargo of crystals. The last I saw of the fiend, he was stumbling off to the south with my boxes precariously balanced atop one another. I can't imagine he made it far. Perhaps you can still catch the vile brigand. The immortal flames cautioned me about the rising number of Amalj'aa attacks, but I thought perhaps I could slip through their lands unnoticed. What a perfect fool I was." Once you recover the crystals and return to the troubled trader, he says, "I'm ruined! Ruined! Why did I choose this route? Why did I not listen to the warnings?" And you give him a small box of crystals, a small crate packed with crystals, and a large box of crystals, a hefty crate packed with crystals. "You rescued my cargo of crystals? Huzzah! A wonder you are, miss, a god's blessed wonder. How did you carry all those boxes anyway? I shall have to retrieve my wagon before I can be on my way." Upon returning to Narouge Beau, he then says, "So, my suspicions were correct. And you have returned the crystals to the trader? I thank you for averting this disaster. We are fortunate for your aid, honored ally. I fear the intervention of the Brotherhood would only have exasperated matters." The gland that feeds you. Narouge Beau asks that you try your hand at organ harvesting. Compared to the seething ranks of the Flame Fangs, the Brotherhood of Ash is a small force indeed. Thus, we must seek to attain the pinnacle of strength if we are to triumph against our foe's numerical advantage. It is not a matter of merely honing our martial prowess. Equal consideration and effort must be afforded our weapons, as well as our mounts. It is to our cavalry drakes that I would turn your attention. The flames they breathe can be greatly intensified by feeding them the incendiary glands of a more mature creature. Such glands as we require can be harvested from the battle drake of Zanarok, a breed coveted for their unusual strength and ferocity. Before engaging these desert demons, however, I suggest you first acquire the oil of the lizardsbane plant. Cast the substance at a battle drake's snout, and the creature will be crippled by nausea. That said, do not expect one to simply roll over and submit to your ungentle ministrations. Return to us as swiftly as you are able, and feed the glands to our mounts while the organs are yet fresh. The aforementioned lizardsbane oil reads, "The smell of this oil is known to have a nauseating effect on drakes." Upon killing the drakes and retrieving the incendiary glands, they read, "The highly developed incendiary glands of a battle drake." After feeding the glands to the drakes and returning to Narouge Beau, he says, "The contented purring of our drakes tells me you have succeeded in your task. I look forward to witnessing the blazing results of your efforts." Right where it hurts. Narouge Beau wishes to capitalize on the panic you have sown. "I see panic among the ranks of the Zaharok fools. It is your deeds, honored ally, that have sown these seeds of discord. Even the priests who command our enemies have begun to show themselves in plain sight. The disruptions to their summoning preparations do not sit right with them. Let us further still the pot, fellow warrior. I bid you slay the members of Ifrit's clergy, the Zanarok thaumaturges, and their bodyguard pugilists as well. Seize from their lifeless shells what ritual tools and offerings they carried. Leave their brethren nothing with which to perform their unholy rites." The ritual tools you acquire read, "A set of ritual tools used by the Amalj'aa in their summoning rites." And the offerings read, "A ritual offering the Amalj'aa consign to the flames during their summoning rites." Upon returning to Narouge Beau, he says, "These weaklings that beseech a god for strength and earn nothing through honorable battle deserve nothing. Slaughter Ifrit's priests and seize from them their ritual tools." You pull the fangs off our enemy, honored ally. The thaumaturges were foolish to so reveal themselves. Every mistake they make shall cost them dearly. And should they endeavor to fashion new tools for their rites, well, I have the perfect warrior to once more unleash into their midst. Actually, hold on just a second. Hang on, I need to do some research here. Okay, good. Sorry, everybody, I just needed to make sure and check that I was not misgendering this Amalj'aa. But thankfully, Narouge Beau does seem to go by he, him. Diversity win. Pulling fangs. Yadav-Ga wishes to present a true challenge to your martial ability. "I have a challenge for you this day. Among the feeble ranks of the Flame Fangs, there is a unit of soldiers of unsurpassed strength. Even amidst their own allies, these sadistic veterans inspire more terror than respect. As soldiers, they are perhaps the only opponents who might truly compete with the Brotherhood of Ash on even ground. Honored ally, I would have you face these elites and their commander. If you can succeed in wresting from him his treasured Flame Fang choker, the glory of your deeds shall know no bounds. The disbelieving cries of our foe will be as the sweetest bird song, assuming you succeed. This will be a true test of your martial ability." This leads into the fate, Quenching the Flame. Members of the notorious Flamefang Amalj'aa have assembled in Zaharok in preparation for their next raid. Now is the time to strike a blow against these fanatical servants of Ifrit, defeat the Flamefang commander and his elite minions. Upon completion of the fate, you are awarded with the Flamefang Choker, which reads, a fiery choker worn by members of the dreaded Flamefang Amalj'aa. Upon returning to Yadav-Ga, they say, well, honored ally, have you succeeded in my challenge? Does the commander of the Flamefang elites lie dead? Yes, this is his precious necklace. The fangs of the choker must be pried from the flesh, thus the certainty of your deed is indisputable. You have triumphed where even the most skilled of the Brotherhood might have failed. I bow to your prowess, mighty warrior. The beacon that burns you. Yadav-Ga demands that the fires of Ifrit's beacons be quenched. The beacons of the Flamefangs are a blight upon Zaharok, none more so than those which bear the Lord of the Inferno's name. Each one is a symbol of power and prestige. By destroying them, we will deprive the zealots of both. Know that your mission will not be easy, for the beacons burn in the heart of Zaharok, defended by the most devoted followers of Ifrit. Moreover, the abominations defend themselves with were sorcery, hurling flames at anything they deem to be a threat. Few are capable of undertaking such a dangerous task, but I am confident that you will bring much glory to the Brotherhood. Upon returning to Yadav-Ga, he says, the wind carried word of your success, honored ally. How the ground quaked, how the Flamefangs wept. Each victory brings us closer to the day of reckoning, when our sworn enemies will lie broken at our feet. Raiding the cache. Yadav-Ga seeks to deprive his god-coddled kin of their undeserved might. Honored ally, our sniveling, god-coddled enemy once more seeks to wield a strength they have not earned. The sacred flame they shelter harbors the might of Ifrit, and any weapon infused with its blessing becomes a force of infernal destruction. Should these inferno-imbued arms find their way into the hands of common soldiery, we will be hard-pressed to meet their blows with simple steel. Our scouts report that a batch of such weapons were recently transported to the front lines and left all but unattended. Why do they not wield them? Do they squabble over which weakling is more deserving? I know not. I know only that the fates have awarded us the chance to seize a potential threat by the throat. You need only steal into Zaharok and snatch the weapons from under their bickering snouts. The tempered arms that you recover read as thus. Weapons enchanted in the searing flames of Ifrit. Upon returning the weapons to Yadav-Ga, he says, have you carried out the task with which you were entrusted? The weapons, honored ally. Do you have the weapons? So, this is how it feels to hold the heat of Ifrit in one's hand. My kin are weak to yield to such temptations. I will see these abominations destroyed at once. Damn, that's kind of hard, actually. I like to imagine in that quest, what he means by that is, man, this is Ifrit's power? This is it? Doesn't seem like much. Which almost feels blasphemous for an Amalj'aa, but hey, I don't judge. Unholier than thou. Yadav-Ga wishes you to make an attack of opportunity. It appears an enemy has moved out of your attack range and you used your reaction to perform a melee attack at them. For many moons has the Brotherhood skirmished with the rank and file of Zaharok. In recent days, however, the ritual priests themselves have begun to appear in the enemy camp. If the superior members of Ifrit's clergy have deigned to join the grunts on the front lines, then matters are soon to escalate. Yet though their presence signifies trouble for the region, it also provides us with a worthy target. Leave the hatchlings for lesser soldiers, honored ally. Your quarry awaits deeper within Zaharok. Seek out the high-ranking thaumaturges and their pugilist lackeys, and cut down a fistful of each. Such slaughter should prove fatal to any scheme they hoped to enact. May fortune find you in battle. After dispatching the thaumaturges and priests, and returning to Yadav-Ga, he says, you return at the crest of a wave of confusion, honored ally. Our foe is left bloodied and gasping, wondering at the demon who left behind such unexpected carnage. Our plans to debilitate the enemy continue apace, in no small part thanks to your glorious victories. Reports of your exploits stir the souls of our soldiers, mighty warrior. The war leader was shrewd to recruit your steel-clad spirit to our cause. Hatchling humiliation. Yadav-Ga has no use for fair-weather allies. With every innocent we save, with every unholy beacon we destroy, the Brotherhood's reputation grows, and that of the Flamefangs worsen. There is dissent even within their ranks, hatchlings who whisper of leaving Zaharok to pledge their spears to our cause. Bah! Theirs is a fickle loyalty, born on the winds of summer. They would betray us at first hardship. These fair-weather fools are a disgrace to all Amalj'aa. They must be taught the value of honor. The hatchlings expect to meet with one of the Brotherhood. Instead, they will meet with humiliation at your hands. Beat them senseless and douse them with water. The flask of water in question reads, to many Eorzeans, water is a welcome sight in the desert. To Amalj'aa, it is almost anathema. Upon defeating the Zaharok hatchlings and dousing them with water, they say such things as, you will regret this, I have powerful allies. Not water, anything but water. Upon returning to Yadav-Ga, he says, good, good, the hatchlings have learned what their vacillation has wrought. Perhaps now they understand what it means to be a warrior. Nothing sacred, Yadav-Ga would burn out the heart of his enemies. Amalj'aa are warriors in death as in life. For this reason, it is custom to be buried with one's weapons. Weapons such as these, which were taken from the graves of the Flamefangs. Aye, by this sacrilege we have brought great shame upon their fallen, but I would not have it end there. Make monuments of that which was stolen for all of Zaharok to see. Show that no glory awaits them, in this life or the next. The stolen Flamefang weapons that he gives you read, few Amalj'aa would dare consider depriving the dead of their weapons. Yadav-Ga is one such exception. Upon returning to Yadav-Ga, he says, the Flamefangs weep for their dishonored brethren. They curse us, they hate us. More importantly, they fear us. Break a warrior's body and he will thirst for vengeance. Break his spirit and he will clamor for peace. Judge my methods distasteful if you will, but know that I seek to end this conflict, not prolong it. Blitzing the beacons. Fibub-Ga wishes to entrust you with a new task. Be they 10,000 strong, the mewling whelps of Zaharok could not stand before us without the invigorating strength of their deity's flames. They carefully capture the Lord of the Inferno's searing exhalations and harness them for their unholy rites. The god-touched fires are ensconced within towering altars which radiate Ifrit's blessings upon all within reach. These flaming beacons must be destroyed. The Brotherhood of Ash will take from our vile kin every symbol of their undeserved strength. I entrust this task to you, honored ally, but be forewarned. The sentinels that guard these beacons stand close to the source of their power, and will prove to be most fierce adversaries. Upon returning to Fibub-Ga, he says, a worthy display of courage, honored ally. May our enemies know that even their precious beacons be not safe from our wrath. But lust for power is not so easily dampened. Until our war is won, I fear we will need to break these infernal altars again and again. Luring Lakovi. Fibub-Ga seeks your aid in preserving the Amalj'aa Holy Land. For we Amalj'aa, Zaharok is more than merely dust and rock. It is sacred ground. The preservation of this holy land is our duty and our privilege. One of the greatest threats to its delicate balance are the voracious bronze tortoises. These insatiable creatures wander as their appetite leads them, feeding without surcease. Slaughtering them brings little respite, for they multiply at seemingly unnatural pace. No, honored ally, I would have you dispatch their matriarch, the mighty Lakovi. It is she that spawns her shell-backed children in such uncontrollable numbers. To draw out their mother, however, you must first endanger her offspring. Slay the lesser tortoises, and the matriarch will soon appear. With her crushing weight and snapping jaws, you will find Lakovi a worthy adversary. After defeating her, Fibub-Ga says, with the death of Lakovi, you have slain a great threat to our holy land. It should be many years before another tortoise attains her size and claims the matriarch's name. But we must not grow complacent. The sky fires that seared the realm have shaken the foundations of all that we knew to be true. And that is going to do it for all of the Amalj'aa quests that we have not read. All in all, I really like this tribe. I think it's probably one of the more interesting looks in how Amalj'aa society works as a whole, ahead of some of the stuff that we would get years from now. But with that said, that is going to be it for me.
So thank you guys very much for joining me on this bonus episode of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reread. If you're curious about what the series is about, please go ahead and catch up in the videos on this channel, or you can catch us live on various days whenever it happens on twitch.tv/officialpunguy. You can also access the Discord in the link in the description in order to see when streams are happening ahead of time. Until then, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you later.